Good evening, everybody, and welcome to a regular board meeting of the Beverly Hills Unified School District. This is an open session, and it's visible on Zoom as well as in person. And at this time, I would like to open it by having a call to the Pledge of Allegiance by the Beverly Hills High School student Xander Matcook.
Can we all stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please?
Thank you.
Put your right hand over your heart. Ready? Begin. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you. And at this time, would you also please present us with the mission and vision?
Of course. Our mission at BHUSD is educational excellence, and our vision is that our students will realize their full potential and thrive with integrity in a complex, changing world.
Yeah, thank you. You're going to make a very good PE teacher. You have a good, strong voice. I like that. Okay, and now if we could have Ezra Albert, please read us the community pledge.
Hi everyone. The BHUSD community acknowledges that in order to achieve educational excellence, we must act with integrity and respect for each other and our learning environment. Therefore, I pledge to model civil behavior and respect in all communications and in public while maintaining a culture of honesty, listen and acknowledge differences of opinion, do my part to protect an all-inclusive culture in which we honor the relationship between all school community members and honor our learning environment, including how we take care of our schools and personal property. By holding ourselves and each other accountable to this pledge at all times, we will promote an environment of educational excellence that will allow our entire BHUSD community to thrive. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I would like to get a motion for the approval of the agenda. Could I get a motion, please?
I move to approve the agenda.
Thank you, Mrs. Manicherry.
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Stern. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Vote 5-0 with one provisional from student board member. Dr. Chernus, could you please report if there was any action in closed session?
Yes, the board voted 5-0 to approve case number 268841720252026, and the board voted 5-0 to approve case number 170278420252026.
Thank you. And now I would like to call on the principal of the Beverly Hills High School, Ms. Loanne Sarusksa, who will introduce the BHHS drumline.
Good evening. So now that we're all awake and entertained, my name is Loanne Sarusksa, and I am the proud principal of BHHS, and I am excited to be here tonight to present the spotlight for Beverly High. I want to introduce our amazing drumline members here with us tonight. When I call your name, please raise your hand to be recognized. TJ Amadon. Yes. Rain Berlin. No, not here. Adi Bhavnani. Elise Gallup, Josh Gallup, Maya Nurazad, Aaron Potabom, Hallie Ramber, Zoe Vansolkema, and Xingyu Zhu. So last month, our drumline had the honor of performing at the Fox Sports Founders Day event, where they opened the event and brought in the guest speaker, Tom Brady, and performed with the Rams cheerleaders, LA Spark Spirit Squad, and the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders. So they represented our district with such pride, and as one member said, this is the coolest gig we ever will do. So thank you all so much for your dedication, and on, if it's not sharing, is that on there? I'm not sure. So, oh, there we go. Okay. Some pictures here. You see Tom Brady in there, and then also our students, but also our students. I don't think the video is popping up right now, but it was just a small sample of them performing with the Sparks dancers, the Dallas Cowboys cheerleaders, and the Rams cheerleaders. You know, really, really presenting our district, representing our district, and doing us proud. So thank you so much for all the entertainment and all your dedication and hard work that you put in to the drumline. Thank you. So, thank you so much to our drumline. And speaking of dedication, I am honored to introduce our BHUSD Teacher of the Year, Mr. Justin Klotzel. Mr. Klotzel wears many hats, including the fearless leader of our drumline. He is our musical director, which includes both vocal and instrumental music. He also serves as the Performing Arts Department Chair and our PBIS Coordinator. His dedication to the PBIS program has resulted in BHHS recently earning the distinction of PBIS Gold Award School. Mr. Klotzel has a simple yet profound philosophy of teaching. One of my greatest purposes and greatest joys of my job is to teach my students the love of music and provide them with the skills they need to enjoy it for a lifetime. He aims to foster holistic student growth and purpose through music. He has earned the respect of his colleagues who say the following words about him. Through every kind word and proud look, it is obvious how much Justin loves his job and cares about his students. Thank you, Mr. Klotzel, for everything you do, and congratulations on your well-earned recognition as BHUSD Teacher of the Year. Yes, everybody.
Let's get close. Exactly. Okay, we're gonna look right here. 3, 2, 1, smile. Stay. Sorry. And 3, 2, 1. Got it. Thank you, guys.
All right. Good evening,
We're
everyone.
not finished yet.
Oh,
We've got
sorry.
more for you from the
We
Beverly Hills
do.
High School. Let me introduce you to our Assistant Principal, Shannon Koblias.
Thank you, Mrs. Marcus. We are thrilled to be here and on with all the wonderful things we have to share with you. As you may be aware, each October, our freshmen and juniors take the PSAT. This is preliminary SAT and is a standardized test administered by the College Board in the United States. It serves as a practice test for the SAT and assesses skills in evidence-based reading and writing as well as math. The scores are used to gauge readiness for college-level work and help students identify areas for improvement before taking the SAT. Dr. Seaman brought the PSAT-SAT suite to BHHS in 2019, and it would be hard to overstate the importance and impact of this opportunity for our students. It provides another data point for us to gauge student achievement on a national level, enables students to be prepared to take the SAT, and provides students the opportunity to take the SAT at their own school site on a school day. While during and post-pandemic, there has been a trend to make standardized test scores optional for admissions to colleges and universities, we have seen a resurgence in selective schools reversing course and requiring them. Some of these schools include MIT, Brown, Dartmouth, University of Pennsylvania, Georgetown, Caltech, Johns Hopkins, University of Florida, University of Miami, Northwestern, Purdue, Yale, Cornell, Harvard, Caltech, University of Texas at Austin, Georgetown, and Stanford. As the PSAT and SAT have become completely digital, some students in California have had difficulty securing a test site to take the SAT. Our students will not have this concern and will be fully supported by the board in the district and provided the opportunity to take the SAT at school, having been prepared by the opportunity to take the PSAT. This PSAT coming up is a test that juniors take each October. It qualifies students for National Merit Scholarship programs. We are pleased to share some exciting news involving our current seniors who took the PSAT last fall. We are now going to honor students who received National Merit Commended status through the National Merit Scholarship Corporation. These students are among 34,000 high scorers out of 1.3 million test takers on the PSAT and are designated commended students in the National Merit Program in recognition of their outstanding ability and potential for academic success in college. On behalf of BHUSD, we would like to celebrate the following students acknowledged in the 2026 National Merit Scholarship Program. If you could please come forward when I call your name. Madison Chen. Not able to join us tonight, we have Willa Cross, so want to acknowledge her. Jonah Galili. Sanha Kim. Caroline Lee. Sheena Masudi. Cleo Paul. Sayuri Shea. Haley Scholler. Gabriela Valencia. And Chloe Samowski.
Among the 1.3 million test takers nationwide, I am excited to announce this year's National Merit semifinalists from BHHS. These students are among the top 1% of the nation's high school seniors who took the PSAT. Semifinalists receive standing based on the 2024 PSAT. They have an opportunity to advance in the competition for merit scholarship awards. These students will compete in the National Scholarship Competition for finalist standing in spring of 2026 and many scholarship opportunities. This year, we have 2 semifinalists. They embody the legacy of academic excellence in BHUSD. I am so proud of them and know that we wish them all luck in the next phase of the National Merit Scholarship process. Please come forward as I call your name. Xander Maddock. And Ezra Albert. Congratulations to all of our students.
And last but certainly not least, we would like to recognize Norman Excellence in AP Teaching. Tonight, we are proud to recognize several of our BHHS AP teachers whose students consistently achieve outstanding results with pass rates above 80%, many in the 90th percentile, and some classes reaching 100% pass rate. These results reflect both the excellence of our AP program and the dedication of our teachers who invest countless hours to prepare students for success in these rigorous courses. We are grateful for the board's continued support of our AP program, which remains a signature strength of BHHS. This year, we are proud to offer 2 new courses, AP Cyber Networking as well as AP Research. The high achievement of our students on AP exams not only demonstrates their mastery of challenging content, but also provides them the opportunity to earn college credit, strengthening their readiness for the next stage of their education. Most importantly, it is a testament to the hard work, passion, and commitment of our teachers who inspire, guide, and support students every step of the way. At this time, we would like to acknowledge the following teachers who demonstrate excellence in AP teaching based on the 2025 AP exam results. First, I'll read the name of teachers who are not able to be here with us so that we can recognize them. Melanie Bronder-Ivy for 3D Art and Design. Michael Fetterman for 3D Art and Design as well as Drawing. Marla Weiss for Biology. Theodore Yu for Calculus BC. Roel Hinojosa for Comparative Government and Politics. Celeste McDonald for English Language and Composition. Pete Van Rossum for European History. Alice Rowe for Human Geography. Catherine Pinku for Human Geography and Government and Politics. Robert Kroll for United States History. Moving on to Emily Smith, Environmental Science. Elena Riley, Calculus AB. Barbara Nealis for seminar. Sergio Lopez, Spanish language. Stephen Rubenstein for English literature. Jennifer Hegley for computer science principles. And then the last one is Courtney Scott for pre-calculus. I also want to share that Ms. Scott's had a 100% pass rate with 28 students, and all of them received a 5.
Thank you. Thank you so much. And thank you to...
We just want to conclude by saying thank you for all of your support and I see so many of your faces at our school events, and it is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much.
Thank you both.
Okay, next we have a Mrs. Marcus Meets, if it's working tonight. And thank you for being here. And I want to thank you for offering to do this afternoon. So before we start, how did you get to Beverly Hills? What did you do? How did you get here? And tell us a little bit about your background.
Yeah, absolutely. First, it is incredible to be inside of this space. It's going to change what we do and the trajectory of our performing arts programs for the better immediately and for the foreseeable future. This is my ninth year, teaching instrumental music, orchestral music, and vocal music. This is my 4th year at the school district here at Beverly. I went to UCLA and graduated and immediately started at Burbank High School. I knew from a young age, when I was 16 in high school, doing my college apps, that I wanted to be a teacher. That's what I decided I was going to go to school for, get through as quick as possible, get my credential, and start teaching students. And so it's a lifelong passion and dream of mine to help educate our young children, and in music specifically, because I think it offers so many benefits to them mentally, emotionally, physically, and so that it's really important to me.
3 words. How would you describe, or what words could you use that the students use to describe you as a teacher?
I think that probably the top 2 that come to mind are passionate and caring. I think that it is obvious to everyone that I work with that I care immensely about what I do, and that I am passionate for the work, and that I care about my students and their well-being, their educational benefit of learning in the classroom, and their social benefit of being in the community of orchestra or choir or band, whatever it is.
Okay, and one more question that I'd love to ask you. What do you think, or what is your biggest challenge right now in terms of the performing arts, the students, and the product?
Yeah, the biggest challenge that we currently face is our overall number of students in the program, and students who are able to enroll in the classes and continue their educational journey throughout their time in the district. The number of students performing in any given section or ensemble has a big impact on the students' enjoyment and the community, and how effective they are able to learn. And so we're really looking forward to, one, these new spaces being opened that will encourage students to join and actually be able to have that final product take place in a space that was meant for that performing arts and in such an incredible state-of-the-art facility. And to be able to increase the number of students who are able to take our classes inside of the school schedule. They have to fit it in with a lot of electives and things.
Do you think there's any one little thing that you might be able to do in terms of creating more interest in getting kids to really participate in the band and orchestra program?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that the interest is, what I see is that the interest is there, and that it is offering to my students and prospective students the opportunity to learn and to participate, and having that available to them at a young age, starting even into the elementary school. We have some fantastic vocal and music teachers in the elementary school, but being able to start them on instruments as early as possible makes a really big difference to their skill level and their trajectory as they go throughout their musical career. And so I think offering it to them at a young age and extending summertime opportunities for students to continue learning and bridge that gap over the summer.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. I've really enjoyed having this session with you. I've known you since you've been at the school district, and I've always followed your progress, and I've attended all your performances, and I'm truly amazed by how much you get out of these kids.
Thank you so much. Your support means everything. We really appreciate it.
Thank you. I hope you all noticed that the theater we were working in is the new theater at the high school, and the first performance there is going to be Little Women coming in, I believe, November. So I hope you'll all attend. Okay, it's now for some public comment. I just want to remind everybody about the comments being respectful and relevant to the business. Please limit your no attacks and inappropriate language, and to discuss any specific employees or students, they're not permitted. The first speaker, and because of the number of speakers we will have to have a limit. So there'll be 2 minutes per speaker, 4 minutes if there's been ceded time. So I'd like to call now on Victoria Tate. Please come to the microphone. Thank you.
Can you hear me? Okay.
I want to see the timer. Wait a minute. I want to see the timer.
It says 2.
Can you move, Dr. Chernis, can you move your placard? I can't see the placard.
Sigali, she can't see because his placard is in front of it.
Thank you, that's fine, thank you. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's okay. Hi, Ms.
Go ahead,
Marcus.
Victoria, we'll start when you're ready.
I'm ready.
Okay.
We have made multiple requests for this board to address the racism and disparate treatment that Black and Latin children in this district face. But protection and acknowledgement of Black and Latin is always coming in the hereafter with this board. We would have acknowledged the fact that in our own city of Los Angeles, Latin and Hispanic children are being racially profiled and their families stripped of their constitutional due process and equal protection rights. But only hereafter, this board acknowledges the instability of an entirely different country, and only hereafter we display, not fly, the flag of a non-American country. We would have acknowledged the fact that Hispanic and Latin children have been made afraid to speak their own native language of Spanish, because speaking Spanish while Latin is now an ICE sentence. But only hereafter, this board benefits off the backs of Hispanic culture by making its elementary schools dual immersion in an effort to pull BHUSD out of the gutters they put themselves in. The hereafter is now. We will have acknowledgement and protection for Black and Latin within this district, or we will restructure your function within this district. Which is why the parents within the Black and Hispanic community drafted and provided the board their own resolutions. In addition to drafting a Black History Month resolution and Hispanic Heritage Month resolution, we drafted resolutions for Asian American Pacific Islander Heritage Month, LGBTQ+, and students with disabilities. We followed the rules and board's rules and protocols down to a T, and still these resolutions were not placed on today's board's agenda. If you have no interest in the equal educational rights of Black and brown students, then step out of the way for the parents, students, teachers, and community members who do. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Is Amber McLean here? And you are going to cede your time to Zola Mashariki, is that correct? That is correct. Okay, Zola, if you please come forward, you have 4 minutes.
Hang on. I'm gonna open up my water. Okay. Ready? I'm here to read the text of the proposed resolution combating anti-Hispanic and anti-Latino prejudice through education, awareness, remembrance, and support. Whereas BHUSD and its governing board stands against hate in all forms, and it is the policy of BHUSD and its board to foster an inclusive, respectful, and culturally aware educational environment for all students and staff. And whereas BHUSD and its board recognize the diversity reflected in the city of Beverly Hills and the importance of honoring and educating the BHUSD community about Hispanic, Latino history, culture, and contributions, and Hispanics and Latino Americans have had a profound influence on the United States, the state of California, and Los Angeles in particular, through centuries-old traditions and customs that are embraced in our country, in the field of entertainment, sports, food, language, law, education, agriculture, and business. Whereas BHUSD and its board recognize the Hispanic and Latino origins of the city of Beverly Hills, which was owned, cultivated, and established in the 1830s by Maria Rita Valdez Villa, an Afro-Mexican woman who was deeded the 4,500 acres that constitute the core of present-day Beverly Hills by the governor of the California Territory. And BHUSD commits to educating our students and staff of the factual events that occurred, and whereas in 1988, President Ronald Reagan declared September 15th through October 15th as a National Hispanic Heritage Month. And BHUSD and its board recognize this month-long celebration as an opportunity to reflect and honor the achievements and contributions of Hispanic and Latino people in the United States and worldwide, and to observe that month with appropriate ceremonies, activities to salute all that Hispanic and Latino Americans have done to help build our country, state, city, and district. Whereas BHUSD and its board remember and commemorate March 31st as Cesar Chavez Day, which memorializes the work of California icons Cesar Chavez and Dolores Huerta, who both of them have dedicated their lives to correcting injustice, reminding us that every job has dignity, every life has value, and everyone, no matter who you are, what you look like, or where you come from, should have a chance to get ahead. It is time to educate BHUSD staff and students and to reflect, remember, and learn. Whereas BHUSD and its board believe anti-Hispanic and anti-Latino discrimination remains a very real and fast-rising threat in schools and society, on April 2nd, 2025, the Los Angeles County Commission on Human Relations released this hate incident report, which noted that hate incidents against Hispanic Latinos in Los Angeles continue to rise 234% in schools. Now, therefore, be it resolved that BHUSD hereby, 1, recognizes September 15th through October 15th as Hispanic Heritage History Month and commits to use this month and the entire school year to commemorate and educate our students about the richness of Hispanic and Latino culture and history. 2, commemorates Cesar Chavez Day on March 31st. 3, recognizes the diversity represented within Hispanic and Latino communities, such as Black and Indigenous Latino populations, and commits to creating spaces where the identity of these students are represented and celebrated year-round. 4, adopts the UN International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, definition of racial prejudice, inclusive of its examples, and commits to listening to and amplifying the voices of Latino students and families in shaping policies, curriculum, and school culture, condemns all form of racial prejudice. 5, commits to providing professional development for staff and educational opportunities for students to learn during Hispanic and Latin Heritage Month and be equipped to present. prevent
Thank
and
you.
respond to racial prejudice.
Thank you
I
so-
hope you will take this seriously and adopt
Thank
this.
you. Candace Lindsay, are you here? Okay, you are ceding time to Regulus Allen. Okay, Regulus, I hope I said that right. Hello. You have 4 minutes.
Hi, I'm Dr. Reggie Allen, and I'm here to read the resolution on combating anti-Black bigotry and racial prejudice that was not approved for today's agenda, even though we based this language on the board's combating anti-Semitism resolution, as well as anti-bigotry and cultural celebration resolutions passed by the U.S. House of Representatives, U.S. Senate, and the United Nations. Whereas Beverly Hills Unified School District and its governing board of education stands against hate in all forms, and it is the policy of BHUSD and its board to foster an inclusive, respectful, and culturally aware educational environment for all students and staff. And whereas BHUSD and its board recognizes the importance of honoring and educating the BHUSD community about Black history, culture, and contributions. And whereas in 1986, President Ronald Reagan declared the month of February as National Black History Month, and BHUSD and its board recognize this month as an opportunity to reflect and honor the achievements and contributions of Black people to the United States and worldwide, and to observe that month with appropriate ceremonies and activities to salute all that Black Americans have done to help build our country, state, city, and district. And whereas BHUSD and its board remember and commemorate Juneteenth, National Independence Day, in recognition of June 19, 1865, marking the date on which news of emancipation reached the enslaved people in the southwestern states, as a time to educate BHUSD students and staff about American chattel slavery, and to reflect, remember, and learn to prevent such atrocities from occurring again. And whereas millions of Africans and their descendants were enslaved in the United States from 1619 through 1865, brutalized, humiliated, dehumanized, and stripped of their names and heritage. And even after emancipation from 246 years of slavery, Black Americans continued to be plagued by virulent racism, violence, and disenfranchisement in virtually all areas of life. And whereas BHUSD and its board believe anti-Black bigotry and racial prejudice remain a real and fast-rising threat in schools and society, and recognize that federal and state laws, as well as district policies, protect students and staff from harassment based on race and ethnicity, now, therefore, be it resolved that the Beverly Hills Unified School District Governing Board of Education and Beverly Hills Unified School District proclaim February as Black History Month. BHUSD hereby, 1, recognizes February as Black History Month and commits to commemorate and educate our elementary, middle, and high school students about the richness of factual Black culture and African American history. 2, commemorates Juneteenth as a designated day of remembrance to be marked by age-appropriate instruction and reflection prior to the end of the school year across all BHUSD campuses, including assemblies with special guest speakers, elementary and middle school visits to the California African American Museum, and high school in-depth education and field trips. 3, designates February 1st annually as National Freedom Day to be celebrated during Black History Month. This is a day of remembrance, and affirms its commitment to the safety of Black students and staff, and commits to educating our students and staff of the factual events related to Black Americans. 4, adopts the United Nations International Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Racial Discrimination, ICERD, definition of racial prejudice, inclusive of its examples, and condemns all forms of racial prejudice, including denial of Black history, hatred towards Black Americans, and/or violence targeting Black individuals. And 5, commits to providing professional development for staff and educational opportunities for students to A, learn Black history, and B, be equipped to prevent and respond to racial prejudice and hate-based behavior by adoption of the United Nations ICERD definition.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I will now look to Zoom. I believe is Tal Lavi on the Zoom. Tal Lavi. Hello, Tal. Tal Lobby? I see the name, I don't know. He's not responding. Hello, Tal. I need to see Tal Lobby, who wants to cede time to Rochelle Hakak Lobby. Hello, Rochelle, is Tal there?
I am here.
Oh, okay, good.
Can you hear me?
Tal, are
Sorry,
you ceding
can you-
time to Rochelle?
Yes.
Thank you very much. Okay, Rochelle, you have 4 minutes when you start. Okay, thank you.
Thank you, guys. I'm going to try to get this all in. Hope I can. Several parents have asked that I rally up a group to speak. I'm tired and I don't really want to. So I'm just going to make a public comment. I just wrote it out. So to the Beverly Hills Board of Education, superintendent, staff, and community members, this statement serves to summarize my recent and ongoing communication with the City of Beverly Hills, beginning late August, regarding critical construction, safety, and air quality issues impacting students, staff, particularly at El Rodeo, and in the anticipation of construction at Horse Man. I formally request a public response and immediate action from BHUSD. Since the beginning, I have looped in Dr. Chernus, the mayor, and the board via email. I haven't received a response yet from Dr. Chernus, but Dr. Chernus, I do hope, and I'm assuming that that you guys have been addressing this internally. From my novice investigation about what's been going on with the construction across from El Rodeo, it appears that I've uncovered several significant issues that seem to have never been addressed. My deepest concern is that protocols to protect student health were not in place during past construction activity. For the demolition that occurred last year while children were present on campus, there was no protocol or adequate monitoring the health of our children for air toxicity. This lack of oversight means we have no data on the air quality exposure of students and staff to potentially airborne hazards, including formaldehyde, asbestos, and everything else during this demolition process. I must ask, where was the proactive oversight for the past year and before? Some with health and safety background should have addressed this issue before the children were moved to El Rodeo. Communication my communication with the project manager of One Beverly Hills project revealed, it's the city manager, revealed significant flaws in the current monitoring system. The designated air quality control monitor is currently located outside the school near the teacher parking entrance, not placed where the children play or the staff work. The city confirmed the device does not provide real-time alerts. I was asked to retrospectively suspect days of bad air quality so the city could then review the numbers after the fact. By the time the air quality is flagged or monitored, the airborne contaminants have already entered our children's lungs. It is my understanding that last year students were moved indoors due to poor air quality, and the parents were not informed of this health-driven decision. The city manager proposed the following items to address concern about the One Beverly Hills project, but I've not received confirmation that they have been completed. To move the air quality control device into the playground. That was a discussion. I have not confirmed that has happened. However, that would not stop the children from breathing in the air. Again, it's after the fact, right? The city's another suggestion from the city's environmental compliance manager was directed to walk the area in front of El Rodeo twice daily to personally monitor the air quality. Again, inadequate. The children and staff have already breathed in the air. The city's committed, the city discussed having the district, again, notify, I guess, create a protocol or something. The most alarming discovery is the absence of a clear, actionable protocol between the city, district, and El Rodeo to ensure the ongoing safety of our children and staff. The city currently relies solely on the air quality monitoring program that has not yet, from my knowledge, been placed in the correct place where children actually play. There's no protocol in place for testing school grounds or debris or settlements, or for cleaning up contaminants that settle on the turf and play equipment where the children run, skid, and lay. A clear public protocol outlining action steps including immediate construction.
Rochelle,
Camp-
I'm sorry, I
campus-
have to, 4 minutes is up. I'm sorry, I have to call you on it. Okay, I'm
Can I
sorry.
finish my sentence?
No, that, we have to finish up, okay? Thank you. Lily Perlmutter.
Hello.
2 minutes. 4 minutes.
Hi, my name is Loli Perlmutter, and I'm here about the Hispanic Heritage Month. This is the month right now, and it's ending in 2 weeks. And this is an opportunity to come together to celebrate books and writers of Latin America, and we would like to bring this to the board to have an opportunity to have one of the writers come into the district or the library to bring up more of the culture and the background of Latin American writers. I don't think at this time there is nothing on any school or in any school or anything regarding more culture, and I think this is an opportunity for the board to think about how we can implement some of the writing and reading of Latin American writers in the classrooms to have more opportunity for the children to enjoy the Hispanic Heritage Month. I know we read we passed to you the resolution, and it's talking about inclusion, diversity, and this is the opportunity for the board to think about what are the chances for the students to enjoy more diversity in the readings in the classroom. So I hope you can think about it. We have a lot of sources. We have writers that are willing to come, and they have gone to many other schools, and they will be happy to be part of the experience here in the district as well. So I hope you can consider that, as well as we have the other months as well, and it's a celebration of being together and learn about each other. So that's my little comment for today. I hope you can review everything and help us.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome.
Thank you. Okay, we've arrived at the consent calendar, but we have a couple of speakers speaking to an item on the consent calendar, so I will call on them now.
Well, we need a motion for the consent calendar first.
Oh, yeah, okay. I have a motion to approve, well, we're going to, wait. Well, I was going to do the comment and then have the consent calendar. If you want to do it the other way, it's all right with me. Doesn't matter.
I mean, I'm easy either way, but we need to put it on the floor.
Yeah, well, this was just comment, though, that's all. That's just the comment that was on that.
Okay.
So at this point, I think I have Gay Abrams ceding time to Becky Kirschman. Is Gay Abrams here? Yes. Thank you. And you're ceding time to Becky Kirschman, is that correct? Okay, thank you. You're speaking on item N, and you have 4 minutes, Becky. Thank you.
Now it's on. I'm reading this on behalf of Kim Lifshitz, who could not make it tonight. At the board meetings on March 25th and July 16th, the board had some of its first opportunities to publicly review the funding of upcoming teacher and staff workshops and conferences. In the discussions at both meetings, Mrs. Manicherry, Mrs. Sabag, and Mr. Stewart, in their due diligence, expressed reservations regarding some of the requests. Chief among their concerns were ensuring the conferences provided tangible benefits for students, a need for more specificity on the paperwork, and what they viewed as excessive costs for attendance. After lengthy discussion, the requests were ultimately approved after confirmation that they met the board's stated requirements. Given the board's record of fastidiousness regarding these expenditures, I was surprised when I saw that the newest Conferences and Workshops report included 3 requests for attendance at the National Association of Broadcasters show in New York City in October, just a few weeks from now. The proposed attendees are Kyle Newman, the new director of the broadcast production program at Beverly High, Public Information Officer Colby Gallardian, and Board Trustee Russell Stewart. The only rationale provided on the form for each of these attendees is National Association of Broadcasters show. There's no description of activities, professional development benefits, or any attempt at justification whatsoever for these individuals to attend a conference that is billed as follows. Join the creators, technologists, and decision makers leading the charge at NAB Show New York, the East Coast's essential event for media, entertainment, and technology pros. Whether you're producing, distributing, monetizing, or reinventing content, this is where the industry connects to get business done. To be clear, the industry referenced in the description is the entertainment media broadcasting industry. Nothing in the program on the NAB Show's website appears to be related to the duties of the individuals requesting to attend. And nothing in the conference program is related to schools or academics, which makes the expenditure unjustifiable by the board's own standards. The expected cost of attendance for Mr. Newman and Mr. Gallardian are listed as $1,948 per person. However, Mr. Stewart's estimated cost is $2,848, $900 more, an increase he explains is necessary due to the expected carpooling, ride-sharing with other BHUSD staff. This estimate seems quite excessive, as a 7-day unlimited Metro card is $34, and the city is famously walkable. Even if Mr. Stewart took an executive car service to LAX, it's unclear how carpooling ride-sharing would cost an additional $900. All told, the estimated cost for this entertainment industry networking trip is $6,744. Throughout the year, my son's special education class has to reach out to parents for donations of essential items that keep our vulnerable children safe and healthy, items that, for whatever reason, the district does not provide. The $6,744 would be better used to benefit our students. Let's see what this money could buy for our classrooms on Amazon. A 4-pack of tissue boxes is $6.58. For the cost of Mr. Newman's trip, my son's class could buy 1,184 boxes of tissues. A box of 100 nitrile gloves is $9.99. For the cost of Mr. Gallardian's trip, my son's class could buy 9,750 pairs of gloves for teacher and instructional aid use. One package of 80 Clorox disinfecting wipes is $4.97. For the cost of Mr. Struve's trip, my son's class could buy 45,840 disinfecting wipes to keep their classroom clean and healthy.
I'm sorry, I have to stop you. Thank you very, very much.
I'm sorry. Thank you.
Okay, I will now move for a consent calendar to be approved minus items E, F, G, J, and M. Do I get a motion?
I'll make a motion.
Thank you. Do I hear approval of the motion?
I'll make a second.
Second, thank you. Mrs. Manicherry seconded it, and Dr. Stern made the first. Okay, call for the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Passes 5-0 with a provisional. Okay, now we are going to look at the items, and I will, letter E, I will move for the approval of Title IX, Agreement with Universal Personnel Services Incorporated. Do I have a second?
I make a second.
Thank you, Mrs. Manicherry. Does anybody want to discuss why they pulled that one? Title IX, Agreement with Universal Personnel Services.
Yes. One second. Mrs. Marcus, you're on E?
I'm on E.
So is it, what number is the consent calendar? Is it 11?
Title IX, Agreement with Universal Personnel Services.
10E.
So E and F
are basically the same. The only situation and issue that I can see is that we haven't worked with them before, and I wanted to know why we didn't get another proposal from another company, and also why do we have it where we're paying, so I'm going to F, but let me see E if it's a little different, because on the response, you said E and F is basically the same, right? So we're paying them per hour, but it's not including a lot of, it's not including photocopying where it's in excessive and facsimile and everything. So I was just concerned about that.
Well, they're not attorneys, right?
And are they attorneys? Because
No,
it says.
They're investigators, right?
So what exactly are they investigating? Is just per whatever we need, or? I feel bad because just Dr. Chernis, I mean.
BHUSD hasn't worked with this firm in the past, but it was recommended by our law firm BBK. We only use their services when we have Title IX cases that require a third party to conduct investigations. So they're not a law firm. They work through the law firm. And this is true for both of them. In some cases, like the one currently being investigated, we require a third party because our normal law firms have other cases they're working on, and these firms do good work specific to that. We don't anticipate high levels of printing costs. Most of the work's digitally done.
Okay, I just don't like the agreement. Are you guys okay with the agreement?
Well, what concerns you about the agreement?
Per hour?
Well,
I would rather do per case, but if it has to be per hour, and I think everything else should be included, because it's a really high rate.
yeah, so you're saying you'd like an all-in fee per matter
Yeah,
or
and
something like
I
that?
have nothing to compare it to, because we don't have another company that said, okay, I can do this for
Nope.
half the price or double the price.
We're not going to have a company that does it per case, because some cases may
Yeah.
be 100 hours and some cases may be 10.
I mean,
So
Right.
that's
as an
why.
attorney, never agree to a flat rate unless I'm agreeing to one specific review of a document.
And then everything else that is
Yeah, because-
extra fees?
Well, I'll give you an example. Let's say I'm preparing a document. If it's a 10-page document and I can anticipate how many hours that's going to take me, then I'll let the client know if they're really interested in, some kind of a cap.
But
then
did you see like page 70?
Mhm.
Are you okay with that? Reimbursable expenses? If you're okay with that, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think I don't really
Because
expect
I
them-
even know, because 25 cents, and just the way they're writing things, it's worrisome for me because I have nothing to compare it to.
I'm not that concerned about it. I don't see, I will
Okay.
say that the hourly rate is a third of what other attorneys cost.
Staff is recommending approval of
Okay.
these agreements.
Thank you.
Yeah. This is, an average attorney costs anywhere from $500 to $800. So
But this is not an attorney, so,
Well-
but, okay, if you're good with it, I feel more comfortable, I just don't have anything to compare it to.
I think she's an attorney who's offering investigative services because the law firms that we hire are sometimes busy, so she's like an of
And it's
counsel.
as is needed, right?
Yes.
Like whenever we need it. It's not a contract that we have to use them, it's just whenever we need them. Okay, that's good, we can go on.
Okay, call for the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And then on the next one, which is related to it, I'll call for a motion, approval of agreement for legal services with the law offices of Tiana Williams. This is for the same thing, but it's with an hourly rate and not to exceed. So I guess that answers your question then?
Yes.
Okay, so I need a motion. Can I get a motion for letter F?
I so move.
Thank you, Mrs. Manicherry. Second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Stern. Okay, call for the question. All those in favor? Aye, 5-0 with a provisional. Okay, item G, approval of the agreement with the Lift Tech Elevator Services for district-wide elevator preventive maintenance services for 25-26. I make that a motion. Will I have a second?
I second.
Thank you. I believe Mrs. Sabag, you pulled that.
Yeah.
Would you want to make a comment or a question on that?
Yes, so I know we spoke before regarding the elevators, so I'm really glad that we did this, because I think that was one of our directives or recommendations, like, can we have a company that can just fix the elevators, and basically it's like under warranty, right? And
There you go. Well, none of these elevators are under warranty, which is why we need a service agreement.
yeah,
So all of our elevators are well past their warranty period. El Rodeo had a warranty, but it just was up in August, I believe, was when the warranty period was
yeah.
up.
In a previous board meeting, I asked if we have some elevators under warranty, and I guess we weren't sure. And I wanted to make sure we have a service company, so we don't have to pay
Yes.
each time the elevator breaks down, because it's a tremendous amount of money. So with this, we're basically saving, and we're making sure that the upkeep will continue.
This will save us on our repair costs if we, keep them maintained throughout
And
the
it's,
year.
and that,
Yes.
those are all the elevators we have?
Yes.
Every single one on all 4 campuses?
Yep,
Okay, thank you.
including this one.
Thank you.
Any other comments or questions? If,
No, thank you for working on this and making it happen.
okay, call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye. Aye. 5-0 with the provisional, 1 provisional. Okay, approval, I make a motion to approve, make a motion for the approval of proposals for motorized gate installation for Beverly Hills High School Gates 1 and 2 with operational gate systems. I took a second look at that one, and that's one that so I'm calling for the motion.
I
don't
so
want-
move.
Thank you, Mrs. Manicherry. Do I have a second?
I will second.
Thank you, Dr. Stern. I questioned the fact that we are without a second bid on, or a bid on this, and I'm wondering if it's not been there for a while, what the immediacy is right this very minute, if we shouldn't look to see if there may be some other company and what they're providing, and so we can compare some apples to apples and
Yeah.
so on. So I was wondering about that.
Yeah, that was basically in my effort to get this done quickly, which I thought it was urgent. I went to one of our tried and true vendors to provide a quote, but I'd be happy to get additional quotes and put it out to bid so we can get a competitive price if you'd like me to do
I
that.
would like that, but I need to go. I think that somebody else might want to speak to that.
So just a couple things. I'm really, really happy that we're doing this, because I've been requesting this
Yes,
for
you
a
have.
while, and thank you for doing it. I just didn't know how it was going to be done, so I just wanted to know how it's going to be done. My main concern or main goal, I would say personally, is the security, to make sure that the gate works for years on end. So that's why I wanted to kind of maybe see, other campuses like shall have it, because I literally saw how it opens and closes, because it's going to have to do that a lot. So I want to make
Yes.
sure that this gate, because we're using our existing gate from what I understand,
Yep.
right? And we're purchasing the motor and the tools for our existing gate to open and close for the high school, 2 gates.
Correct.
So how long is it going to last? Is it stable? Is it have a warranty? Like, where are we at with it?
Well,
And are we saving money by doing it this way than buying a whole new gate? And
we're definitely saving money by not having to purchase a new gate, of course.
how
would
old is
cost a
the
little more.
existing gate that we have?
I don't know off the top of my head. It's
Okay.
probably been there for quite some time.
Is it in good shape?
Yeah, the gate's in fine
Okay.
shape. We actually recently retrofitted one of the gates to make it sure there was no gap. So the guy who came out here adjusted all the bearings, the hinges and the actual gate so that it closes
And it's like
flush.
the height is almost 8 feet?
Yes, 8
Both
feet
of
on
them are the
gate
same?
2 and 7.6 on the gate 1, the entrance gate.
Okay. Did you want to say anything?
Yeah, I have one more comment I'd like to make. The way these gates are situated, could it pose a traffic problem during the business or the busy hours of the morning, or when cars are leaving?
Well, I spoke with Mr. Sean O'Connor in the back of the room already about this today. The idea is we'd keep the gate open when the kids are arriving, the entrance gate, and then on the other end, we'd keep the exit gate open as all the kids are leaving at the same time.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure that wasn't going to be an every time.
No, not for those busy times. Every other time, it will be closed.
Mrs. Manicherry, did you wish to say something?
Yeah, I just, Will,
Mhm.
I know you've been working on a lot, and I want to thank you for all of it.
You're welcome.
I certainly enjoyed and learned a lot during my tour of the construction late last week, and I appreciate you pointed out to me that you've already prepared the electrical to plug this in. Just a couple questions. I know this proposal is a little old, so have you been in conversations with this company since that time?
It should be relatively new because I had to request a new proposal, so they may have forgotten to change the date
Yeah.
on it. It is a current proposal.
Okay, I will say that I know that you know your business, and so I'm sure that these dollar amounts are inappropriate, but I would say that I agree that as the fiduciaries, we are in a position to request if you could please go out,
Sure.
and you might come back and say, hey, guys, this was by far the best one that I got, and that's part of it.
And it may not be.
And it
So
may not
there
be.
might be another company that could do it a little cheaper, so.
Yes, I
That's fine.
agree. So if we had an imminent situation that we were preparing for, I would say not worth the money, let's go full steam ahead.
Okay.
But since we do have some time, I don't mind being diligent about our fiduciary responsibilities.
Well, now that presents a problem. We've made approval of a proposal, and the proposal is for this particular one, so we either,
We pull, so I can withdraw my, so let's
Thank
see,
you.
are we, at least three of us would like for this to go back?
Can I ask one more question? How long does it take to install the motor and everything?
Well, the motor takes about 2 weeks to arrive, and then it'll take about a week or a week and a half to install it.
Okay, so about a month, let's say, give or
Yeah.
take?
there's them, up to now, it's not, there's
Yeah.
no rush. I think we should be able.
Well, there is, I
Yeah,
feel like there is
but-
a rush.
Well,
Yes,
But for security reasons,
Well-
but I want it to be done right.
Okay.
Well, I'm
Well,
not
it's gonna
talking
be
about
done
a year
right,
from
but-
now, I'm talking
yeah.
about
Yes.
within time to give him a chance to get some additional bids.
Yeah, but I would say, Will, if you can bring it back, I know that you're going to take a few days off, much deserved time, and I hope that you have a great holiday.
Thank you.
But if this could somehow come back with whatever you're able to procure between now and, is our next board meeting on the 21st?
Is it the 21st?
It's on the 15th.
I think
Yeah.
it's the 15th, isn't it?
15th.
Okay. So we'll
We
see
wouldn't be
you-
able to have it by
Yeah.
then because we
No, it's the
technically have to give.
21st.
It is the 21st. I thought it was 3 weeks from now. Yeah. So let's see what happens.
I can try to get a bid out and receive bids by then, but it may be close to the agenda deadline. It might be close to not making that.
Another month after.
Okay, good, thank you. Okay, so you want to pull your motion? You pull?
I'll pull my motion.
And Mrs. Dr. Stern, you pull your second? Okay, so we will not vote on this item at this time. Okay, bringing it back. Okay, the last one on the approval of Beverly Hills High School's out-of-county trip, the girls' soccer team,
I make a motion.
okay, go ahead.
Okay, I make a motion to amend it, and I move that we approve the trip of the Beverly Hills Girls Soccer Palm Desert, and approve the trip itself, but request that the approval of the chaperones be deferred until we have an equitable policy in place.
What do you mean by
Okay.
equitable?
Okay, do I explain, or?
Yeah, I'd like
make
to
that
know.
motion? Judy, I just made a motion. Should I repeat?
I
Okay.
heard you.
Okay, a
so I need a
motion, but you,
second.
with
And I
the,
second.
Okay, and then.
can you repeat that so that?
Yes. So I make a motion with
Sorry,
an
we were
amendment.
bending over timelines.
Okay. I make a motion with an amendment that we approve the girls' soccer Palm Desert trip itself, but I request that the approval of the chaperones be deferred until we have an equitable policy in place.
Yes, second, please.
Is there a chaperone in place at this time?
So this is the issue. The parents have never had the privilege of being chaperones, and from what my understanding is, they just pick their chaperones. So I would like the parents to have the opportunity to chaperone.
I also heard from parents who said, hey, we would appreciate an opportunity as well. And so I definitely don't want to stand in the way of this trip happening, even though it's not until late December. But this is something that we could look into to see there's another approach or a different approach.
We can email the parents and just request if anybody would like to chaperone. And if nobody does, then we continue with who was available to chaperone.
Well, wait just a second. Are you saying that we do not send a teacher to chaperone?
Well, no, a teacher is there.
Well, that's,
and
well,
then
the
there's-
coach is there.
Yes, the coach is there, and so they say, okay.
I think the other teachers are parents.
The coaches will be there, and there are 1, 2, 3, 4 coaches. I don't know how many students. I would like to know how many students are going, because the charges are there, but I don't know how to divide the charges per students, because the students are paying for themselves $250, right? And it's just the chaperones to allow parents to have a say if they want a chaperone or not. Maybe nobody does, I don't know.
Are you
Maybe they
saying
do.
that you
All
want
I'm
parents
saying-
to have
no,
an
all
equal
I'm saying
opportunity
is-
to go? Is that what you're saying? Like all
No,
parents that want to go?
they do have chaperones. They have
Right.
1, 2, 3 chaperones.
So you're saying some parents want to go
But
who are
they
not
were
offered?
chosen
Is
by
that
the
what you're-
coaches.
Dr.
They were not
Curtis,
offered to parents. That's
Excuse
what I'm
me,
saying.
can I ask a question? Is it sort of a policy or something that's required to have something of a teacher or someone in charge from the district itself? Do you have to have someone like that there, like a teacher, at the event?
Typically, we have chaperones that go depending on the number of students.
The chaperone, they define chaperone, teacher, parent.
No, teachers are
coach.
going. Coaches are going. This is a sport. So the coaches are going.
But the coaches are going. Are the coaches teachers?
Well, this is a sport.
Coaches are coaches.
Yeah.
Well-
They're in charge of the students.
So the coaches are the coaches.
Well, you're missing the point.
The chaperones happen to also be teachers, but we're hearing from parents who are saying we would like a first dib at this opportunity as well.
Oh, I'm not arguing with that point. All I'm talking about is a person of the district in charge.
Yes, the head coach is
That's
going
what I
with
am
the PE
concerned about.
teacher.
I'm not, chaperones, I mean, that's another issue.
So we could say PE teacher is going.
Well,
The
yeah,
coaches-
then I have a teacher. I have an assigned teacher.
Yes, so there
That's what I
are
want.
3 assigned
Correct.
teachers from what I
Okay,
can see.
if chaperones extra, the parents, they want to try that?
Actually, there's more.
I have no problem with that.
Okay, so
There
should we
there
call
are
for
5.
the question?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
so, but with the approval of a chaperones or whatever, so if the.
Yeah,
Do
so
you have
make a
any
motion with an amendment to approve the trip itself, but request that the approval of the chaperone be deferred until we have an equitable policy in place. We'll put that in the next agenda.
But well, that's true, but is there a time requirement to put this in now to get the approval to
Well,
put?
can we email the parents and ask if they want to be chaperoned?
I'm just saying, I don't want to stop the trip.
We're not stopping the
It's in
trip.
December, I think we'll be
Yeah.
okay, but also, maybe the athletic department can figure it out. And it doesn't have to come back to the board.
Well, that'd be better for us.
Okay.
If they can email the parents and see if any parents would like to
I
chaperone.
believe we have chaperone policy in place, but I will
Okay.
speak to the athletic department.
Should we
Okay.
call for the question?
All right, let's call for, I don't know, did we get it? Yeah, who made the motion? I don't.
Mrs. Sabag made the motion, I
Oh.
made the second.
Who did? You did?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. Okay, call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, 5-0, and 1 provisional. Okay, and that completes the consent calendar. Okay, the public hearing on sufficiency of instructional materials is now open at, at 6:20, at 6:20 p.m. The governing board of the Beverly Hills Unified School District, in compliance with the Education Code Section 60119, is required to hold a public hearing on or before the 8 weeks of school that certify that each pupil in the district has sufficient textbooks or instructional materials in each subject area that are consistent with the content and cycles of the curriculum framework adopted by the State Board of Education. The public was invited to email their questions to Dr. Michael Sherman. Dr. Sherman, have you received any questions or comments?
No, I have not.
Thank you. The Board of Education has heard your comments, and we thank you very much for your input. The public hearing is now closed at 6:22 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time, okay? Okay, now we need a motion to approve the resolution 2025-2026, sufficiency of instructional materials. Do I have a motion to approve the resolution?
I so move.
Thank you, Mrs. Manicherry. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Stern. Any questions, comments? If not, I'll call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. 5-0 and 1 provisional. Okay, business and finance. Approval of the 24-25 Prop 28 annual fiscal report. I think that might need a little bit of an explanation, Dr. Chernas.
Should I make a motion?
Yes, please do.
I move for the approval of 2024-5-25 Prop 28 annual fiscal report.
And I will second the motion. Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you, President Marcus, members of the board. This is an annual requirement from the state in order for the district to receive and spend Prop 28 funding. And so this proposition approved by voters ensures a specific percentage of the state budget is allocated to support arts and music education in public schools. The fiscal plan is a critical document that provides transparency and accountability in how these funds are utilized to enhance educational programs. And so what you have in this plan is the budget, the program implementation, the financial oversight, and the goals and outcomes.
Can you explain how this is affecting us in our Beverly Vista and Horace? I believe this has to do with the auditoriums and the audiovisual at Horace Mann and Beverly Vista, am I correct?
We can allocate partial. It's not a lot of money for us. We can allocate about $20,000 towards the AV upgrades, and the rest will have to come through the general fund. As the 80% of Prop 28 funds has to go to staffing, and only 20% can be towards supplies. And so the AV upgrades, a very small percentage will go towards that from Prop 28.
Do we know how much then that will cost the general fund? Do we have any general estimate?
It'll cost about $1 million.
Wow.
You're talking about the KL Peters and so on?
No,
the
we're
two
talking about
upgrades.
Horace Mann and Beverly Vista.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We already approved those.
We approved
We're
those.
talking about the funding now and how
The funding source will
we
have
can't
to be
get-
general fund.
Yeah, the fund is coming out of our pocket, from what I
Yeah,
recall.
I just wanted to share with how much it's going to cost.
Yeah.
That's something okay.
And Mrs. Marcus, if you recall, it came to us more than one time, and it was so expensive that we
Right.
kept kicking it back
Kicked it back a couple times
a
now.
couple times to try to get a good price on it.
It did not come easy. It's not going to come easy.
It didn't come easy, but I'm glad that it's happening, and I know that Will went back again and again to get it right for us.
Okay. Okay, the next is a call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. And 1 provisional. I will make a motion for the approval of Resolution 2025-2606, establishing a Fund 63 Enterprise Fund again. I make a motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you. Dr. Chernas, would you care to explain why we're establishing another fund?
Sure. So the enterprise fund, this is typical for districts that have enterprise ventures in which are different types of programs in the district where they seek to earn a profit and operate to be sustainable within their budget. And so I compliment Board Member Stewart for bringing a lot of ideas to the board and to me around licensing opportunities, really about opportunities to generate revenue, whether that's facility rentals, it's licensing, it's different sort of agreements to generate revenue for our district. And so if we are going to continue to proceed down this path, whether we're renting out the KBEV studio, whether we're renting out Peter's, whether we're licensing our name for different branding opportunities. If we're going to continue down this path, what we need to do is have an enterprise fund that is separate from the general fund. So the revenues we collect for this is sustainable and tracked separately from a
So
general
they would
fund.
be like, in effect, restricted funds.
It would be a restricted fund
sense.
63, which we would track, and then ultimately we could hire somebody to operate the facility rentals, all this for-profit ventures to try to generate revenue for our district, and we will track it in a completely separate fund, not encumber our general fund. And so I've been in every other district I've been in, we've had enterprise funds that we've used for ROP sometimes runs through a fund like this. Your civic center rentals run through enterprise funds. So this is very common for districts to have a Fund 63 enterprise fund because you don't want to commingle your general fund with
I
these
remember
ventures.
a situation, I don't know if it was last year or the year before, but I believe Sinai Temple wanted to have a special Purim thing in the yard out in here, and they asked to do it, and of course, by the time they were able to get to it or something, this would be something that would fall in this Fund 63, right? The money from that and everything would go, and that strictly doesn't go to the general fund, right? So I have no problem with that.
Do you have a question?
I have a question.
I just have a question also. Do you want to go first?
Yeah, it's just a quick one. So would there be accounting for this? Like, how would we be updated on like the balances and
It would
activity?
it's part of all of our funds. So Fund 1 is general fund, Fund 14 is deferred maintenance, Fund 13 is cafeteria fund, Fund 63, this would be enterprise fund. So we would see all of our revenues, all of our rental money, everything will be clearly delineated. Any expenses would come out of this fund too. So it'd be very transparent in moving forward.
Can I ask a question? Yeah. I'm just curious, like, do you know how we have like the cash, like they write, we receive cash? So sometimes when those people rent some of our facilities, it's under the cash, right? Wouldn't it be?
It would all be,
Receiving, not now. Like with this, I like this idea. This is
yeah,
better.
so right now
Before.
it's sort of commingled. And so this separates it and makes it very clear.
Yeah, thank you.
I just have one question, which is, if there's revenue and it goes into Fund 63, is the district restricted in what it uses Fund 63 dollars for?
The board could decide to transfer funds from 63 at any point in time. But I think this is important, especially if we want to hire somebody to manage our rentals and our facilities.
pays for
We don't
itself.
want to pay them from the general fund. We want to generate it, you know, their salary should be generated from the revenue that we get. So it's cost neutral for us.
I got it. Thank you. Sounds good.
Okay, I have a motion on the floor. Shall we call for the motion? All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0 with one provisional. Okay, I make a motion for the rejection of claim number 660634. Do I get a motion?
I make a motion to reject claim number 660348.
And I will second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Okay, fine, thank you.
I make a motion for the rejection of claim number 657479.
I will second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And rejection of claim number 657479. Do you make a motion?
Oh, it wasn't on here. Yes, I so move.
Thank you. And I will second the motion. All those in favor?
Aye.
Thank you. And one provisional on all of them. Okay. Charlotte, you're up.
Okay.
Okay. Board report for September 30th, 2025. We have a lot to cover. Okay. Okay, first off, we had our Normanade Support Fair. This was a few weeks ago, but it was a really fun event. Basically, Normanade just provided some opportunities for students to work on their mental health. There were different stations. There were card writing stations. They also had lots of different lemonades that they made, lots of arts and crafts. It was just a really great way to bond and get to know a little bit more about Normanade. Next, we had Club Rush 2025. So this is something that we do every year. We have it on the third floor patio, and all of the clubs, or whichever clubs want to participate, come and they have their own booths, and this is where all of the students gather around during lunch to sign up for the clubs that they want to be in for the year. So I'm in one of the pictures. That's my club, Service Learning, and it's just a really fun event, and we get really excited. These are some more pictures. So we have like the Israel Club, we had Mental Health Club, International Business Club. These are just a few of, I think we have like 80 clubs on campus at least. So yeah, it was really exciting, a lot of fun. Next, we had the Madrigals for the 9/11 Memorial. This was at the fire station, and these are just some nice pictures. I wasn't there, but I see a few of you were. It looks beautiful, and I mean, how was it? Was it nice?
Beautiful.
Good.
Nice. Nice to hear the Madrigals.
Yeah, they're great. They're great.
They were great, and they were really nice to
Small,
talk to.
Yeah,
small
they're
and mighty.
amazing.
Small and mighty.
Exactly. Next, we had our first football game of the season. This is always very exciting. There's just a lot of spirit. This is always the game where everyone comes, all grade levels. It's a lot of fun. ASB has like face paint, and there's food. It's just really exciting. We had cheer perform. We had some different clubs selling things. We had KBEV, of course. We had band. All of the above was there. It was an amazing turnout, and it was really great to see. And next, we have our first food fair of the year. This is one of 4 food fairs that we have, and this is a way for ASB and the different class levels to make their money. So all of the everything that we earn from the food fair goes to prom. So this is how we make a better prom. And yeah, seniors sold boba. I'm pretty sure there was also Prince Street, In-N-Out, Chick-fil-A, lots of different food. Everyone loves it. It's always a really fun event. And it was extremely successful. Every grade made a profit. Next, we have the senior night for our football team. Senior night is also always amazing. We honored all of the seniors who are leaving, and they had like their recognition, and their families were there, as well as the cheer team. You can also see some pictures of them, and it's emotional, but it's very nice to honor them and everything that they've done at our school so far. And yeah. These are some more pictures from the game, and unfortunately it was a loss, but as long as all of the students are together, it's a lot of fun. The spirit was high, it was great. Next, we have the BHHS Career Academy. This is a group of students who submit an application and are chosen by a group of people to be in the Career Academy. Basically, this group of students goes around to different facilities, different hotels. They network and they talk with different individuals who work at these places. And it's extremely insightful. It's a great networking opportunity, and it's a great group of kids. This was their first, I think this was like a week ago, and it was their first like kind of trip outside of school. And there are many more to come, but I heard it was really great. Next, we have dance company. We went to Disneyland. I'm actually in the picture. This isn't just dance company, though. This was also BVMS students who are in the Dance 3 level. They also came to Disneyland with us, and we did a dance workshop where people at Disneyland actually taught us some dances, and they taught us their moves. We got to see kind of the behind the scenes. It was a really great experience, And we go every year, but it's always fun to continue going. And we had a lot of fun. It was a very fun experience.
Are you also in the dance company?
Yeah, I am. Yeah, we had a lot of fun. Next, I wanted to just include Mr. Klotzel, who was our 2025 Teacher of the Year. He was here earlier, but he's an incredible teacher. Unfortunately, I haven't been able to be in his class before, but I do know him, and I know he's a great person. He's extremely hardworking. I know his work with PBIS is incredible, and they really do a great job at recognizing students and their achievements throughout the year. So I think this is a very well-deserved award, and I'm extremely happy for him.
Did you know that it comes from his teachers are the ones that nominate him, so that's really an honor.
Yeah, it's incredible. Next we have Sunday Socials with Sharona. I was here over the weekend, and basically it was just an event to gather the people in the community. There was chess, there was crafts, there was some singing. Jenga. I saw Mrs. Marcus there.
Were you there?
Yeah, we had a great time, and I was able to talk with some of the people who were there, and it was just extremely informative. It was very sweet and wholesome, and I had a great time. And that's it for my board reports.
Let's go around. If you've got a comment for Charlotte, I'm sure she'd appreciate it.
Charlotte, you make us all look bad with these amazing presentations. I can almost guarantee you Dr. Chern has copied half of your stuff over there. His is coming up next. There's not much else to say. I mean, I thought that Remy was the king on my right-hand side. I'm sorry, Remy, if you're watching. She's got you beat. Fantastic presentation, and I'm just learning a lot from y'all's skills when it comes to putting these pictures all together. But no, your presentations are always great, and I'm just so glad you're right here next to me.
Charlotte, thank you for your report. Sometimes I lose my way and I wonder why I'm here, because you're just handling it all. And I appreciate that so much, and to see your involvement and to see that you have such a pulse on even what's going on in the middle school is great. And so thank you for representing the board so well out in the community, and thank you for representing the student body on the board. I appreciate it.
I was so happy to see the group of students at Sunday with Sharona. It was an amazing, the kids playing games with those older people and getting involved with them. I mean, it just made me feel so good. And I have to tell you, it was, I just stopped by for about an hour, and I wanted to see what it was all about. It was really, I commend all of the students who do that. And I just want to know, when do you have time for anything? You're so busy running around. How do you manufacture the time in your day?
It's very difficult. I run from dance to here every time we have a meeting.
Keep it up.
Nothing much to add. I just was very happy to see it, and I'm glad that you enjoyed the Sunday Roxbury thing. I wanted to go, and it sounded like it was great.
Hi, Charlotte. Thank you for your report, and thank you for highlighting all the amazing things and attractions that we have for our students, from Disneyland to the Career Academy. I wanted to ask you, what was the score, even though we lost the first football game?
I'm actually not sure what the score was, but
45-3.
So that sounds about
Well, they
right.
looked really good, so at least that, yeah.
The uniforms, everyone was great, yeah.
Yeah, amazing. Thank you.
Dr. Chern, it's your turn.
All right.
Got a hard act to follow.
Let's rock and roll here. There is, of course, Charlotte did steal some of my thunder, but I will, I'll do my best. Yes, we do. So I had the great opportunity on Friday to go visit our middle school AVID program. Had a great talk with our students, talked about sort of my career path. Miss Silva is an incredible AVID teacher, and these are sixth graders. And it's never too early to start talking about your future and what that's going to look like. And so we talked about sort of what they some of their career paths and their interests, and I talked about some of mine and my interests. And so it was a great opportunity. AVID is an incredible program we have at our middle and high school, and I think down the road we'll likely expand that down to elementary school, because I've seen great examples of AVID elementary schools as well. Our Dual Language Academy, if you talk to the parents, you get a great idea of what it's like to have children learning a new language, coming home and speaking Spanish. The kids are really happy and they're learning so much, and this is just it's now a flagship program for our district for many years to come. So I'm really excited. And I want to thank the New Teacher Project, because they are our partners in helping to train our staff and make sure that not only are we implementing this program, but we're doing it very well. And so we've had great opportunities to work with them, and it's going great. We have a important professional development day. As you may know, we have new mathematics curriculum this year, and so we have the publishers coming to do some mathematics training. We're also doing trainings on Writers Workshop and some different special education trainings and psych council, student study team. So it's going to be a full day on October 7th. This will be a pupil-free day, but we will be here hard at work, and we only have a few of these days throughout the year where we can actually really get training in, and so this has been a day that's been in the works for a long time. Bridge Night's a really cool opportunity to bring our middle school kids over for the football game. So we hope to see everybody out there this Friday as the Normans go against Centennial. And it's a great opportunity for the community to come out and support our students, our student athletes, our band, our cheerleaders. It's just a great community event. And so we hope to see everyone out there Friday. And we have our college fair. This is another really cool program we have. We have over 50 colleges and universities coming, and that'll be October 8th next week from 6 to 7:30. And we encourage all of our students and families to come out. If you want to learn how to ride a bike, there's no better place to do that than here at Hawthorne. On weekends, 7:30 to 4:30. You can come out here, and we have a great parent group, and they're looking at ways we're going to look at painting a track along the asphalt and doing some fun stuff out there. But it's a great opportunity. We continue to explore ways to best utilize Hawthorne, and this is another example of it. So come on out and bring your bikes, as long as they're not e-bikes. We're looking for community members for the CBOC, and so there is positions available. We encourage you to apply. I sent something out yesterday, and so just if you know people that may be interested in getting involved in serving our.
How many openings are there on?
So I know there's a senior spot, right? Oh, they're all open. They're all open. Okay. Yeah, we can have up to 15, I believe. So all the spots are open. And it's a great opportunity to get involved with the district. We had a great State of the City event, and the entire board was there to hear from our wonderful mayor, and so it was a great opportunity. I want to thank the Chamber for putting that on, and all of our Beverly Hills community partners. It was a fabulous event and a great time to learn about what's going on with the city. We have another very, very important event coming up. We partner with this organization called Run of the Stars to support this amazing opportunity to bring cancer awareness. And I've met with the family that started this program, Not Today Cancer, and El Rodeo is sort of the hub, the start and the finish of this program. And so this will be on October 19th And I believe that's a Sunday, October 19th. We encourage everyone to come out, run, walk, just get involved. And that concludes my report.
Thank you. Any comments, Charlotte?
I love what you included about the learn how to ride your bike at Hawthorne. I actually learned how to ride my bike at Hawthorne. All of my siblings did. Yeah, so that's really cute, actually. Full circle moment.
Mr. Stewart?
I was very impressed that there was not much plagiarism there. It was actually almost all original. Yeah, I think the bike riding at Hawthorne is fantastic. We are a city filled with kids with very few opportunities for kids to do things that are not on our streets, unfortunately. And the e-bike situation, has kind of gotten out of hand. So to actually have kids to be able to learn how to ride a bike in a safe environment is fantastic. And yeah, just great presentation.
Mrs. Manicherry?
Dr. Chernus, thank you for reminding us about all the good stuff that's going on. I would say that it has been an amazing few weeks off to a great start this school year. And I do wish you all the best in your first staff development day next week. I reviewed the agenda and it looks like a lot of everything is going to be covered. So I hope that it's something that our teachers and staff find to be very valuable. And I'll look forward to hopefully hearing a follow-up about it. Thank you.
Dr. Stern?
No, it just sounds good. And I've heard a lot of what you've shared and seen a lot of good things going on. It's been a good, 7 weeks, 6 weeks? Yep.
Mrs. Sabag?
Yes, so I was going to say also regarding the learn to ride your bike at Hawthorne. So my two little ones, we had to find a place, and it's not that easy. So we use, like, on the weekend, the Chase Bank, parking lot. So I think that is something that the kids will always remember, and I actually do know that the parents came to you to request this, and you just made it happen. So I thank you for that, because that's like a safety and a happy, fun thing for the kids that have memories. And I think most of the parents probably went to Hawthorne. So that's incredible.
Yeah.
Thank you.
And I would say once soccer season is over, you'll probably be getting a bigger crowd.
Yeah.
I would just like to mention, don't they also have a basketball for the older guys and men that over there? Does that get in the way at all? Was there any problem with that?
Not yet. No, I mean, we do have courts there that kids can come use, but right now it's very much not, it's space that
I remember all the
we can
men
coexist.
used to jump the fence and play basketball.
Yes.
That was a big thing. And what I like most is that reminding us of the events that are coming up and getting them on our calendar so that we will be there. I do hope tomorrow, by the way, Charlotte, to attend the first ping pong club thing at with Zach Mandela and his group. So I hope to be there tomorrow. I'm just letting you know that he's got his ping pong club tomorrow.
Where is the ping pong table at the high school?
What do you mean? There are 2 of them now. They have to have more because it's got so popular.
Well, I know that.
It's outside the media center.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah.
I know that Mr. Little last year was doing ping pong competitions at the middle school, and I even wanted to recommend that we provide foosball tables as well. And I've heard the ping pong is a big hit, so the high school is doing it too.
Oh, yes, yeah. It's really, and a lot of the teachers go out and play with the kids too, so that's really, it's very nice. Okay. Oh, thank you. Approval of the second reading of Board Policy 4136, non-school employment. Anybody?
Do you need a motion?
We need a motion.
I move to approve the second reading of Board Policy 4136 pertaining to non-school employment.
Okay, this is for the certificated staff. It should be noted that why the 2 numbers are only one number apart there is because it's the same thing for both of them. The first one is for certificated, and the second one is for
Oh, wait,
Can I get a second?
Okay.
I'll second.
Thanks.
Sabag?
Dr. Chernus.
So President Marcus, Dr. Stern did reach out with a proposed amendment to the policy that wasn't included in this. And so if Dr. Stern would like to propose that addition, we can review that now with the board.
It was just a small edit. I think one of the greatest things that some of our most devoted teachers can do is to, of course, meet with students who are struggling. So one-on-one sort of office hours, and that's part of their contract. So I just didn't want there to be any confusion that there are students who should and will seek out teachers, and so I just wanted to read perhaps under or right above the bold tutoring and private instruction that says these rules do not apply to guidance offered from a teacher to a student during office hours, or something of that nature.
Yes. So
Dr. Chernus, do you agree with that?
Yeah, the proposed amendment is these rules do not apply to guidance offered from a teacher to a student during office hours and performed as part of their contracted duties to assist students who may need support.
I would like to make, unless anybody has a comment.
If that's to be added, how do we?
My only comment to that is that the whole thing is clear that it's outside of the scope of employment. And so I would suggest that if somebody were to read this, it basically says that in like 8 different spots. And so, for example, it refers to outside
Oh, so
paid
wait,
service.
it was added. That's actually what I wrote before.
It's
These rules
incorporated.
do not apply to guidance offered from a
Yes.
teacher to a student. I didn't see
Yeah.
that. So it's there? If that's
Well,
there, that's fine.
That was already there. And then we added. Oh, you just typed it in?
Yes, yes.
Yeah. Got you.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with it. It just says that the district employees shall not perform without prior approval any outside paid service which will be wholly or in part subject to the approval or the whole thing is talking about outside services for compensation.
Can I say
If
the
it- if-
title is non-school?
School
Right.
employment.
Yeah, so that.
And then even when you go into the regulations, it's talking about, these regulations apply to all certificated and classified employees of the district who provide or wish to provide tutoring services for compensation.
At some point, we had said that they couldn't, even if it were without compensation. So I didn't want it to be confused that that definitely should happen, that there is one-on-one if a student seeks it out. So.
Yeah, this is about for pay. I mean, I don't have a problem adding it, Trustee Stern, and I appreciate that you want to make the clarification. I just wish that if anybody was having this concern that came to you, would actually read the policy, because it's there on the face of it. With that said, I don't want to stand in your way of making this amendment to clarify for those who don't want to take the time to read it.
I would like to make a little comment here about the policy and implementation of it. I'm concerned about the need for this, because I'm not opposed to that part of it. But I'm wondering, Dr. Chernus, we are offering after-school tutoring at the middle school and things. And we're paying a tutor to do that. We're paying someone to do that. Is there a way that we can somehow extend that to the high school for that type of thing, where we might, I know we have air tutors, but air tutors is kind of limiting to English as a second language and so on. And so I know
Yes,
that.
the answer is yes, absolutely.
We started yesterday.
If there are teachers
Monday.
willing to teach classes, extra support classes, after school at the high school level, then we will find ways to fund them, just like we're doing at the elementary and middle school.
That may, as I say, maybe even not even.
And thank you, Mrs. Marcus. I think it's very important to highlight that the board and the district have been making a vastly concerted effort to get in control of the education and ensure that we are delivering an excellent education to the entire student body.
And we're doing this through a number of ways. As you suggested, we've started lunchtime tutoring at the high school in addition to AIR tutoring at the high school. We have started afternoon tutoring at the middle school. We've started or will be starting the high impact tutoring at the elementary schools. And we're doing other things. We're even, for example, we're so committed to making sure that the students are ready to go on the first day of school that we're bringing everybody in the week prior to school starts at the high school for Norman Nation Week so they can repair any scheduling difficulties so that we've got 1,200 tushes and seats on day one of school. And so, Mrs. Marcus, we all have been talking about how important it is for every single student to get the same education.
Well, and I think this is one way that we might be able to accomplish it by offering this type of service, because we're offering it in the elementary and in the middle school. I mean, and they can go at lunch, but that's the free time for the kids, and they want. But if there's a way that we can offer that with paying a teacher or whatever, that it would be more children would be able to avail themselves.
And to your point, I did speak to a couple of parents who, once I explained the mindset to them, they certainly understood exactly what the situation is and why things need to be uniform and equal and equitable. One feedback that I got is that the athletes, our athletic students, who are something like 30 or 40% of our high school population, are often discouraged from attending office hours during 7th period. And so, Dr. Chernis, I wanted to ask you if you could please facilitate that through our athletic department, where our athletes are permitted to leave. If they need a note from the teacher that they were in office hours, that's understandable, but for putting their academics as a priority should not be looked down upon, as I would think.
So you're saying they're non-sport 6-period class?
The period in which office hours are offered,
right,
our athletes are oftentimes doing athletics. And so sometimes they want to have a pass to leave athletics without missing their spot in the next game or their position for an athletic endeavor, and they want to be able to focus on their academics. And that's the one thing that I heard is, can you please spread the word that if our students want to put their schooling first, we support that.
Definitely during the off season, I would support that.
Yeah.
During season, I think it's a different conversation we need to have. Is this happening a lot? Is this specific cases?
Because just one comment that one of the feedbacks I heard. I also did hear that a teacher in particular is spreading a rumor that Judy Manucheri hates group study sessions, and I apologize to the parents that any teacher would try to force a wedge between us. I have no emotion towards study sessions, and I have no hatred in my heart, so I don't know why I would hate study sessions. I think this is something that we're going to get a 5-0 vote on more than likely, and I would ask that teacher to please curb their mouth or their keyboarding skills if they can, please.
One other suggestion I might make is that perhaps sometimes there could be that 7:30 study session where maybe a teacher is willing to come early and work with kids that may, that's a possibility, another possibility. So just some other ways of making available time for students with using teachers to open their classroom for extra help. That's just let's call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
5-0, and the one provisional. Okay, I make a motion to approve the second reading of the board policy 4236, non-school employment. This is a sister to the first one for classified. Did you want to make that? I make the motion. Do you want to make that second?
I'll second.
Thank you, Dr. Stern. Do you want to put that sentence in there also, or do you feel?
No, I think the
Okay.
certificated was the main.
Any discussion on this motion?
Nope.
Okay, I'll call for the question. All those in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
And one provisional. Okay, thank you. Moving right along, Beverly Hills exterior security, a perimeter fence. Anybody, this is for discussion only, no motions or anything necessary.
Yeah, I brought it.
Okay,
Come on up, Will.
Mr. Carrot? Good evening. Okay, let's talk about the perimeter fence. Colby?
So.
Testing, there we go.
We were asked to bring this to the board in relation to, Ms. Sabag had asked me about the possibility of having a higher fence than 8 feet. And so what we'd like for Mr. Karat to do is explain what the current plan is, the current timeline, and what it would require should the board decide to opt for a higher fence than the current option, what that would look like, potential cost and timeline for that.
Yeah, and before you start, I just want to also bring it to the attention of the board. If we look at Beverly Vista Middle School and we see the soccer field, the fence, I believe, is 20 feet, if we look at that, only on that side. So I think that would be very secure.
That may be correct. I don't think it's quite 20 feet, but it is definitely taller
Maybe a
than
little,
8 feet.
maybe 18,
yeah,
something
I
like
don't know.
that. I didn't measure it.
Yeah. So that's a chain link fence, by the way. So of course, you know, that it is taller, probably more secure than what we're doing at the high school because it is taller. We are installing an 8-foot fence, as Dr. Chernis mentioned. Per our current schedule, will be done in December. And also, what was the other part of it? And you know, it'll also have gates, 3 additional gates, and it's planned to be done with the completion of the grand lawn. But in order to upgrade the fence to a higher fence, I'm going to let Amin talk about that. He has some more specific information.
Sure. Good evening, Dr. Chernis, board members. Thank you for having me again here tonight. We did some investigation after the direction of Dr. Chernis about the cost and time impact. I'm going to start with the time impact. If we want to change to 20 feet tall fence, it's going to have about at least 4 months. Basically, we have to spend about a month to design and another 3 or 4 months for DSA approval, because the project is already DSA approved and we are under the contract. Basically, it's procurement. Actually, we have the shop drawings actually of the fencing also being reviewed. So the time-wise, at least as a minimum, we are going to have 4 months of delay. Cost-wise, the 20 feet tall fence versus 8 feet tall, it's going to have about $2 to $2.5 million cost impact, because we have to change all the design of the foundations. For holding a wrought iron fence 20 feet tall, you have to have pilasters that basically is about 4 size of the concrete that we have, 4 times of the concrete that already designed right now over there. And all the excavation and everything is gonna need to be done during the nighttime. That also adds to the cost because of the soil condition that we have over there. So all the excavation and taking the soil out and all that operation needs to be done during the night. My suggestion is, if the board's direction is that we want to add, maybe we can just explore the idea of having posts behind it after we finish this project, like similar to what we have as far as netting at El Rodeo. We can add a very lighter structure, not to the extent of 20 feet, but I'm sure we can add, if you want to have fence, had something on the top behind the existing fence later. But let's just move forward with this project, considering the time and cost impact because we have to go back to the drawing board.
Can I ask you?
Sure.
Okay, thank you. Can I ask you to amend the existing drawings from 8 feet to 18
20.
feet or 20 feet or whatever the board decides? How much would it be to just put a revised design for that? Because they basically just need to revise details. They don't need to revise the whole drawing. They just need to
They
revise.
need to have the calculation, a structural engineer
calculations.
would, they need to change the design of the fence itself is not the issue, the foundation that's gonna be added, because consider,
the weight.
wrought iron face has a weight, and you also have, basically, at each side of the gates, you have concrete columns. Now you have to change that to match the size of the fence, that's also adding to the structure.
How much is it for them to revise the design?
I don't have the specific cost of the design revision, I can
Okay.
ask, but the total impact is about $2 to $2.5 million.
So the reason I'm asking you, because they need, the contractor needs a design in order to give an estimated price. So we should revise the design first, see how much that is, then put it out for a bid of how much the fence will be. And how much is the fence
We
right now?
already have a contract for all of these, so
How much is the fence at 8 feet?
I have to go back, look at the schedule. I
Okay.
just asked for the cost difference, so
Okay.
I can take a look at all of that.
Okay, so,
Can
so-
I ask a quick,
Yeah.
to your point? So what I'm understanding is we're talking about 8 versus 20.
Yes.
Would there be a significant delay and impact to both time and cost if we were a little bit more incremental, like we went from 8 to 10 or 8 to 12? Would it be a similar situation?
Definitely, the impact is gonna be less, but for every one of these, we have to go back to DSA.
You have to go back.
Because
Yeah.
of the change in the structure.
Yeah,
mean,
Mrs.
I
Sabag, I have a
understand.
question for
Yes.
you. Okay, so, first of all, I appreciate that you're bringing this up because I think safety is everybody's number one concern for our students and our staff. So I'm 100% with you that this deserves to be discussed. I feel like at all of the schools, we've got our fence, and then we have like a privacy protector, which is a double fence. And so my question to you is, let's say this went 20 feet up, okay? But it's still a fence that you could see in between.
Well, for the grand front lawn, I mean, that's a good point. I personally would want people to see in between. Because the front lawn, you're not seeing students per se, you're seeing our beautiful school. So
Yes.
it's kind of like we discussed a few months ago in regards to the White House. So you see the beautiful White House between the fence and people take pictures. We want them to see
Yeah.
the gorgeous high school, grand lawn, and unfortunately, times have changed.
Yeah.
We never used to have a fence at any of our schools. We
Like-
never had issues about that.
Okay.
Now, for security, we want to keep it beautiful. We want it to see through. I wouldn't want to cover it.
So let me ask you.
Yeah.
Are you sure about that just because all of our other schools,
It's different.
It's insulated for privacy
Because
purposes?
yes, because
The
that's their
yards.
playgrounds, that's the
Yes.
yards. The fence is actually going to be in the front, it's the grand lawn. This is something that I think is perfectly fine for people to see, because they're not looking at students playing.
Okay, let me play devil's advocate with you, okay? Because actually, when we completed El Rodeo, remember, Mr. Solari, then we went back and we added this like green
Yes. And
wall,
that was
essentially.
two things that happened in El Rodeo.
Yes.
First of all, parents have complained that the fence was not too high. It wasn't high enough. I think there it's 8 feet, right? 7 feet. So parents were very worried about the height of the fence.
Yeah.
And you could see through it. So we
added
I think that was before I came on the board, but added
privacy barrier.
The privacy barrier, which is perfectly should have been done because it's on Wilshire. Anybody can see the kids, and it's a playground. Here, we're talking about Merino, the beauty of the school, and we want security because we've already had people jumping the shorter fences. We have a problem in the back. People, 8 feet, they're going to jump the fence. I mean, no, it's security reasons. 20 feet, it's not so easy.
So
I
what
looked
do
at
you,
BV.
What do you think if, for example, notwithstanding that at El Rodeo we added the privacy barrier, I'll call it that, then we went back and we added the netting, which goes really high. Is that something
That would be ugly for the high school in the front. I mean, look, we're doing this. We haven't done it yet. We're not in construction yet. I feel like once we do it.
We started 2 weeks ago.
No, I'm talking about the
You're already in
fence.
construction.
No,
The
no,
project
yes,
is
yes, I'm
started.
not talking about that. I'm talking about the fence is not installed yet. So
But
if
we
we
awarded
wanted.
the contract.
What's that?
We awarded the contract
Yeah, we can always revise a contract, that, you know, they'll be happy for that. That's not something, I think once it's in, it's done. For what? 100 years from now? Who knows, you know? It's a forever thing. Once we make that decision, it's forever.
I hear
So-
you, but for me, there is also a fiscal consideration, which is that as it stands, although we've done better and better, and we were going to be 15 million
We just
short.
spent $1.5 million on 2 soccer fields for just turf. So this is security, and it's beautiful, and I think that we should first amend the drawings, revise the drawings, see what it looks like, and then see how much it'll be. Yes, it's gonna be more expensive. I don't know how much the 8-foot fence costs, so I don't know the difference in the cost.
Is there spikes at the top of the fence?
Yeah,
Yes.
there is.
So how would you climb, would it be easy to climb an 8-foot fence?
No.
By the way, aren't there also spikes at the top of the things? so
Yeah,
that-
that's what Dr.
Yeah, there's
Turner
spikes, and then I think going back to the green grass screen like we did at Rodeo, that's going to help as well, because it'd be hard to even get to the actual wrought iron part of the fence.
No, but if we do that, it's not gonna look good. I don't think, our point is not to cover our beautiful Grand Lawn and the beautiful new buildings that we're constructing and about to finish. We want to show that, we want people to see that, but we do want the security. So I full-heartedly, the board can decide, you know, whatever the board decides, but I full-heartedly think that we need a higher fence. Like 100%. They've already climbed the fences at 8 feet. They've climbed the back. They've climbed everything. The BV fence, that's almost 18 feet. I don't know, we should measure it. Nobody's climbed that fence. So I just, you know, plus any other securities. We have cameras and all that. It's just very, I don't know why it was approved at 8 feet. Even El Rodeo shouldn't be at 7 feet or whatever it is. That's my personal opinion.
If I could make a comment, the height of the BVMS chain link fence is, I'm assuming, is because it's a soccer field, so we're also protecting the street from any kind of balls or, you know, things that are coming over. Hence why we did the increased netting at El Rodeo to also protect the street. I think 20 feet is, I mean, it's literally would be the highest fence probably surrounding any school on earth. I believe from what I was reading a week ago that even the White House fence, which only now around the residence has gone to 13 feet, that only happened this past year. It's been 7.3 feet for 100 years. It's not 20 feet now. No, it's 13 feet. It's well documented. Yeah, yeah. Yes, but it's not 13 feet in total. It's like 10.3 feet, and then there's some kind of something on top of each thing that, you know, like adds that height. So it's not really a 13-foot fence. It's a 10-foot fence with you know, like some kind of an addition onto it. And the actual concrete footing is higher. So it's further off the ground.
You know, that's a good point. What if we do the concrete higher and then put the 8-foot fence on top of that? Is that also, I know it's also footing and weight and.
Anything that at this point you
That
make
we
the decision
change,
to
it's
say
the
you
same
have to
process.
change, it's
Right.
gonna have cost, and we have to go back to DSA.
Right.
Again, I think we can achieve your concern by adding a separate, like fencing, like a chain link system on top. It's not gonna be that much
It's gonna
visible.
look horrible, though.
And it's gonna be behind this, but at this point, again, it's your decision, obviously, but we are talking about $2 to $2.5 million that we don't have, so.
Okay,
Yeah, but we
I
don't
need
even
to, we pretty well discussed this, and I think we hear what you want. I mean,
Well, not finished, there's also the bathroom related.
the what?
I think
The security cameras are, that's separate. So I think we can move on, and we can, we appreciate the thought, and I think everybody has made their considerations, so we'll move on. As for the security cameras now, what is the issue, and why do we need to discuss that? Aren't there already security cameras planned for these? There are security cameras planned, right? So.
Yes.
How about what is the plan?
So the plan is, I don't know the exact number, do you know off the top of your head? We have several cameras located on the Grand Lawn, and is this the area we're talking about?
Yeah, so when I toured, you know, the construction site, I appreciate that was amazing.
Yep.
So we were discussing security cameras, and I think it was mentioned to cut some of the cameras for liability purposes. So I just wanted to make sure we don't do that.
Yeah, we're not cutting, we're sticking to the plan that we reviewed
Okay.
and incorporated to the Grand Lawn from the beginning.
Okay, great. Thank
Okay.
you.
I guess one of the questions I have is that there's been some discrepancies from the command center, especially from Ryan Demavandi, about certain cuts of cameras that have been, maybe you could maybe explain where he's getting that information from, what his concerns are. Has there been a plan for X number of cameras? Have those cameras been adjusted down in any capacity? And if so, why? Or is it at the maximum that we have been planning for this whole time?
I'm not aware of us taking any cameras out from the design, so it's still per the plan that we reviewed back when Mark Mead was still here and Ryan for the Grand Lawn. We didn't remove any cameras.
Sean, would you concur with that statement? I'm talking about like for B3, B4, Grand Lawn, for everything.
I think upper tennis courts, there was some discrepancy there on the amount of cameras.
Yeah, there was up at the upper field. I think originally there was a design for 10 cameras, and we went down to 6, but that was after reviewing with Mark. Him and I reviewed the camera
I was not
locations.
physically there, but
Yeah.
Sagali had mentioned the comment about cutting cameras for liability purposes. Can you explain what that was for and what that
I
meant?
think that was a comment you
I think that was a comment at all. It was just, I am not aware of any cameras being cut because of liability.
Okay.
Okay. Anything else on this?
No.
I
Okay.
can say we have more than adequate coverage
Yeah.
in the cameras, and we didn't do anything actively to reduce the number of cameras.
Yeah, I mean, as long as
They
I
will
know
be
that
tied
that
all-
nothing's
all
been
of it is
cut,
tied into
then we're
the
fine.
command
And-
center, right?
Yes.
Everything.
And when when all is said and done, if we do determine there's a better spot for 1 or 2 more or 10 more cameras, we can always add those.
Will,
Okay.
as I understood it, pursuant to the JPA agreement, the city also provided us $2 million in camera and associated infrastructure and equipment, right?
They did, and we went over that amount. So we had to contribute some of our own funds to cover licensing and some additional cameras.
But meaning no less than $2 million has been spent
Yeah,
in
more
the
than
last
2 million.
year or so
Yeah.
for cameras.
Mhm.
Okay.
I got you.
Anything
We
else?
had a
No?
project that had, like.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you. Okay, I think you are going to give us a little bit of an update on the Peters Auditorium completion with the murals and restrooms. Is there something to show? or-
I didn't know if there was a specific item we wanted to discuss, but the completion date of Peters is still ongoing. There's a few items that we anticipated to be complete by October 17th, but that's going to be pushed out a little bit further. I see also here there's an update on the murals and restrooms. I'm just not exactly sure what you want me to discuss.
Okay. Just so the public knows that it's something that's out of our control, and we did everything we could, and it's not possible to have that wonderful event that we planned. It'll be pushed further up.
No, I don't.
It's not going to be
No, we're still pushing for the
Yeah,
October
we're moving right
17th
along,
date.
We're moving ahead.
on October 17th.
I don't know, I think we're planning something else for the grand opening instead that's tying it into winter performance, is what I understood?
Yes, we're still hoping it's all completed by the 17th.
Yeah.
But did you want to discuss the mural, or I see that's also on here, sorry.
Thank you for pointing out the mural, by the way. It's
Yes.
gorgeous.
So, thank you for the tour. I loved it. I appreciated it. Thank you for your time and explanation. So I noticed this gorgeous mural that I had no idea. Actually, that's the first time I stepped foot there. So this mural is from board members? This mural?
It's as gorgeous as I do.
Okay, well, let's say it's historical. Forget about the looks. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right? So it's historical. It's from 1930? 1937 mural that is open to anybody to touch and to destroy. So it's inside this like cascade. I don't know how you would explain it. Like it has like a frame.
Yeah, it's set back in the wall.
Yeah, so it's inside. There's a word for that. Why am I forgetting the word? No, I forget the word. In construction, even. Anyways,
The wall is further out.
you know how you do it with bathrooms? You like put. No, there's a. Okay, it doesn't matter. Anyways, we can put either glass or plexiglass or something to protect the mural. And it came to my attention, as you mentioned, El Rodeo also has one. And now I remember it's by the auditorium. So I would love if we could protect that mural from anybody destroying it.
So we kind of talked about that after we met with you, and we think if it's okay, for now we want to finish the lobby, complete all the construction, and then we can revisit how we can protect that mural.
Yeah,
with,
absolutely.
With plexiglass or something.
And so then we'll talk about the restrooms.
Yes.
So personally, we have this huge, gorgeous auditorium. Like I can't wait for people to see it. It's about the size as the Saban Theater, and it's absolutely gorgeous, and I'm really excited when it opens. But I noticed there's no restrooms, and I don't know why. There are two restrooms, but they're not really for the auditorium.
Well,
per se.
they are for the auditorium. They're just not in the lobby area. They're more towards the front of the auditorium.
But it's only for like one person to use each.
No, I don't think we got a chance to go visit.
Oh, so I didn't see the other one.
You didn't see the other ones.
I saw three different restrooms that were in that vicinity. One was like there's a his and hers component. The other one is just the ladies that goes down, and then one is a gender neutral, right?
So those are the old restrooms that have not been modernized yet. So the restrooms that were part of this project are all, they're adjacent to the band room, in between the band room and the theater, and those are meant for the theater patrons to use.
So basically for the auditorium, we just have those two, like I didn't see one, it's there. So how many stalls do they have? Like how many people can use that restroom?
Yeah, I think there's 5 in both.
5?
In both.
Oh, the other one also?
Yes.
Oh, so we can make like 2 restrooms.
There is
for
a
the
set
auditorium.
of brand new restrooms as part of the project that unfortunately you haven't seen it during the tour. It's basically outside of the auditorium in front of the band room classroom. So it's,
so I don't know
2
exactly.
sets of brand.
So
But
it's outside.
Yes, but the bathrooms that you did see, we are refurbishing right now.
So we can use they can use those by the time.
By the time the auditorium opens, we could use them, yes.
Okay, and have we already approved something for that, like a contract or?
We haven't yet.
Or we don't need to, maybe it's
We
under a
don't need
certain
to.
amount? Okay, good, thank you.
All right. Okay, that concludes board discussion time, professional and official business. I believe we're going to appoint a new member to the Finance Committee. I believe that's your position to appoint this time, Mrs. Manicherry, is that correct?
Yes, that is correct.
Would you like to make an announcement?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
I am appointing Miss Ellie Katz to the Finance Committee. Ellie is a longtime parent at BHUSD. She is a marketing and business guru. I think she's a parent that all of us can trust to give us honest feedback. She has had 3 kids in our school district. One just graduated and is living out of state this year. Another is a senior, and another is a 5th grader at one of our elementary schools. They've been here since TK or kinder, so she's definitely been around the block and seen the progress, the ups and downs, and has been watching, where this district is going. In addition to that, she is one of the PAC parents at the high school, and she has a lot of creative and straightforward ideas. And I would say that she really reflects this board's student-centered governance approach. And so it's an honor to welcome her here, and I hope that you all will join me in welcoming her as well.
Okay, thank you. Ms. Charlotte, anything to say?
I was on the PAC committee with you last year, and I agree with Mrs. Manicherry. I think all of your ideas were fresh and interesting to hear, and I'm just really happy for you and excited for this new role that you have.
Thank you.
Welcome.
Dr. Stern.
Welcome.
Welcome. This is a nice surprise. Thank you. Thank you for doing this.
I just want to add that this is a way of getting a member of the community a little bit more involved. If she isn't involved already, it's a way of just getting her a little busier so she can be more involved in everything that's going on. So welcome to the Finance Committee. I hope you enjoy the experience and bring your knowledge to the group. So thank you. All right. Board members comments. Ms. Cavey.
Overall, I thought this was a great meeting. I love all of the points that were made. And again, congratulations on your new role. And yeah.
Mr. Stewart.
All right. Well, I feel naked without having like my own PowerPoint presentation to show up on the screen. Not to go through everything else that everyone else has kind of talked about, but yes, I just want to mention the 9/11 ceremony at City Hall. I thought it was absolutely beautiful. It was great to see my fellow board members there. Mr. Klotzel and the Madrigals were amazing. So big shout out to them, and of course to him, Teacher of the Year. It's no doubt, this guy's amazing, and I've just been so impressed with him ever since I met him. Big shout out to everyone who came out to the first home game, football game, senior night. It was so great to see. Sure, the outcome of the game was not what everybody wanted, but the energy. I was there actually a few hours early because I met with some of the coaches. It was the day that all of the coaches' Nike outfits came in. All the coaches looked super sharp. They were super enthused. The players looked absolutely amazing. The energy of the kids and the parents were awesome. I was actually quite impressed with how many parents had bought the Spirit Packs online through the Nike store. So, so many of them were wearing their stuff. It was more school spirit than I've ever seen so far. So, very impressed with that. Also just want to give a shout out to our Mayor Sharona for a great speech at the State of the City address at Greystone. Also great to see my fellow board members there and Dr. Chernis. There's a lot of things that the city is doing for our kids and the community, and just always want to give them props for everything that they do for us. I know it wasn't discussed, and I really don't have to discuss it, but I do want to make a comment about the public comment about the expenditure on the trip to New York City. KBEV, which as we all know from last year was a pretty political hot topic. Many kids came down to speak for the old broadcast journalism teacher. We all know how important that KBEV has been to the district for 50 plus years. And as I think we all know, KBEV, as of right now, has been demolished. It's being renovated. And a part of the building out process of that is we hired a group to give us a design, and the board had approved that, and that design is coming. You need to take that?
It's Simone's bedtime.
Okay. And
antibiotics.
a part of the process is now we need to work with the architect and of course the equipment to build out the new studio. So the NAB conference in New York, why this one is more important than I believe in the email from Ms. Lifshitz, had mentioned the fact that there's an actual NAB conference next year in Las Vegas that might be cheaper to go to because it's closer by, but unfortunately it's not until next April. This conference is a broadcast conference, but it's also all of the equipment manufacturers who build out studios. Colby in the other room has already been in contact with countless firms for us to go and meet with. It's only a 2-day conference, so it is very jam-packed, and we are looking forward to bringing back new technology for the school district, not only for KBEV, but for screens to put into other schools for LED displays, things for Peters, things for the Salter. So this is a massive project, and it's one of which that we've already spent quite a bit of money on. The budgets for these trips are estimated. They are a maximum level. We are not anticipating spending anything near what is on the sheet. So I just wanted to make it clear that these are not frivolous things. These are done on our personal time. We don't get paid for this. And we're going to make sure that we can get the proper equipment so we can put the best investment back into KBEV, as well as our other schools, as well as our infrastructure, to make sure that these benefit students. So no, it's not an educational conference where we're going to learn something about how to teach a different math class, but it is a conference that will benefit our CTE programs and our schools across our entire district. So just wanted to make that clear. Thank you.
Mrs. Manicherry.
Thank you so much. And actually, to your point, I think it's good for the community to be reminded that we are operating pretty lean. We are down one HR person and 2 assistant principals, several other management level folks and positions. We did give the supplemental early retirement last year, and I believe 18 folks left, and we only replaced about 10 of them. And so one of the positions that we're down because we want to save dollars is a head of tech. And so that means, as my middle schooler says, your community service project, Mom. Well, your community service project has expanded, and now you're head of tech. And so I actually thank you for giving your time and devoting yourself to this school district. So thank you, really. Our staff is working a lot harder because we are running thinner, and that also means that the board is working harder. So that's why Trustee Stewart is attending on behalf of the district, because we have not filled that role in an effort to save dollars. So I appreciate your statement. What I wanted to share is that I attended several of the parent socials in the last couple weeks, and it was extremely warm, welcoming, and heartwarming. I had a great time. I want to thank the families, the homes that open up to the rest of the community, the grade level. And in particular, last year, for whatever reason, I was not able to make it to a lot of the Horseman events because my own kids had events at the same time. I attended the Horseman Parent Social that they do for everyone, and I had the time of my life for those 2 hours. I met so many amazing parents, and what moved me the most is that the parents are watching the board meetings, and they understand who's who and what's what, and they are very easily able to glean through the noise and understand what the focus and the mission of the board and the district is. So this is a shout out to all the parents that I met in the last couple weeks, and for your commitment to the kids and your partnership with this board, which I can tell is strong. So I thank you all.
Dr. Stern.
I also enjoyed that social. I think I saw you there at the Horace Mann, and I want to say that each of our 4 schools really brings different different feel and different values, and it's always a pleasure to see the different families across all of these schools, and that we are in fact very diverse in a lot of good ways. And then I just wanted to recount something interesting that I experienced. I called my aunt, who I hadn't spoken to in 10 years, and she said, well, why did you call me? And I said, well, I'm old. She said, well, I'm older. I said, I know, but I mean, I realize as I get older, I really have to tell people I love them, and I love you, and I think you're great. And she said, well, I love you too, and I know there's been a lot of political things, and I'm sure you and I don't see eye to eye on them, and that was really awful about the assassination, and she said, but I know you don't see that. But what we spoke about, and it really opened my eyes, and I absolutely believe this, which is that both people can be correct in the sense that there is always good in people, there's always bad in people. You can see that there is good in people, and no one, especially those who go in front of masses of people, whether they're in politics or they're not, but they're just giving their opinion or they're giving a speech. No one deserves to be taken out, and I am saddened by the violence in this country. I just want to say, but it was very, very enlightening to speak to my aunt to realize that reality is relative to the eyes of the beholder, and that it isn't that someone is wrong about their belief or who they support or who they don't. That is their truth. That is a reality, and I really hope that as a district we can learn to respect the observances and things that inspire us and the things that make us sad, and respect that that is in fact what certain people desire to put their energy towards, and I respect that. But that's it, and I'm really happy that we are already into October.
Mrs. Sabag?
Yeah, so a lot of things have happened since the last board meeting. And as I said, I toured the high school. And first of all, before I go on and say what I did, I want to thank Dr. Stern for what you said. I think that was really eloquently said.
Right,
and
it wasn't written.
It was very nice, thank you. And I'd like to thank Mr. Stewart for volunteering to do what you do. And I would like to say that we're here for the students. And I've said that so many times, and the reason I'm saying it again, it just seems like there sometimes is an attack to the board, and the board is here for you. There's no attacking, and that's why I do want to highlight parents that organize together so amazingly. They're called PAUSE, Promoting Alternative to Unhealthy Screen Exposure. I've been watching these parents, and they have been incredibly respectful. They came to board meetings, they said things in public comment so sweetly, and then they went, spoke to admin, I believe they spoke to Dr. Chernus, and they've actually got things done. They got things done in a respectful manner. So I appreciate that, and the amazing thing is that they did get, and they are getting things done. And I think they're the same with the bike. Are they the same parents? I'm not sure. Maybe not. So yes, and so the important thing is partnership with the district, partnership, with us. Don't, constantly attack. But everybody can do what they want to do if it makes them feel better. Anyways, so I did take also the Masters in Governance, and that was about an 8-hour course. And I would like to just highlight one part that I think, it was really, really fascinating. I loved it. I love all the courses. And again, we do this on our own time because we want to better ourselves to better the district. So one part they said were positive governance culture, norms, and supportive structure, process, and protocols. Norms, how we act toward each other. Protocols, how we conduct business. Examples is demonstrating respectful behavior, and I will say this over and over, and I think this board meeting was extremely respectful, and I appreciate that with everybody. Maintaining productive dialogue and deliberation, resolving conflicts. We will always have conflicts. Everybody knows that. We will always have noise. Everybody knows that. But it all depends on how we conduct ourselves, how we conduct, with the business of the district. And ensuring honesty and open communication. And I also want to say, we are constantly trying to save this district the funds, constantly. Whether it's in closed session or an open session, we are doing it on a constant basis. For somebody to complain if a board member takes their time to make an effort to try to better the district, it's very strange and odd to me. So at any rate, we also joined, some of us joined the BHPD Gala, which was a lot of fun. It was a lot of amazing, and it was a highlight for me because I appreciate, the invite, and we saw people. I actually saw some of the hotel that they did for the Career Academy. I forget the name of the hotel. I think there were a few of them. So for our city to work together with the district and allow our students to come and to learn hospitality is just incredible. I don't think a lot of cities actually do that. what else? And the state of Mayor Nazarian, the state of the city address, she spoke so incredible, and it was really interesting to listen to everything that is going on in our city and to partner with the city and the district so that we can be one. So that's it.
Okay, thank you. Well, I would just like to make a few comments about things. In response to what you said about being on the board, sometimes we do get a few little extra perks. We go to things that we may not go to if we were not on the board. And sometimes they really bring you closer to the community and you get to enjoy them. And I know that I've been to the fireman's ball. I wasn't able to go to the police one, but I do enjoy getting out to meeting the people in the community so that they get to see us and know that we're real people too, because that's important. I know there's something coming up on October 7th. I don't know how many of you are, there's going to be a commemoration. I think you might have gotten an email about it. I hope that.
It's October 5th.
Is it the 5th? I thought it was
It's
at
the
the
5th.
library. It's the 5th.
No, I think she's talking about the city, not the
The
district.
city
The
is.
city is doing it on October 5th.
Oh, it's on the 5th?
It's Sunday.
It's on a Sunday. Oh, okay,
The
it's on the.
7th is on Tuesday, which happens to be our staff development day.
Because it's also Sukkot, right?
Okay, well, I just wanted to,
we go for
I did sign up for it,
absenteeism,
so
not for
that's why
religious
if any of you are gonna go, it'll be, also, I want to, mention the events that I went to. The Horseman Dinner for the parents was wonderful. The high school event over at the park on Beverly was wonderful. And, it was just coincidence tonight that, Mr. Klotzel was here with his award, and I was able to have in the can my interview with him, so that was kind of enjoyable. I just want to wish my son, Marty Marcus, a happy birthday. Today is his birthday, and I guess he's out celebrating somewhere. I don't know what he's doing, and for those of you who are observant, I want to wish you all a very peaceful fast, a happy, not a fast that's okay, and Yom Kippur, happy Yom Kippur, Chag Sameach, L'Shana Tova, and because there'll be no school on Thursday as we observe the high holiday. And with that, I would like to mention that our next meeting will be October 21st, 5 o'clock. And on the 28th, we have a study session that was not in here included, so I wrote that in anyway. So the 21st is the next board meeting, the 28th is the study session, so I hope you all have it on your calendar. And with that, I wish you a very pleasant evening and have a wonderful week.
Thank you.